Well, it's Tuesday and it's about, oh my goodness, just a little past 2:30. So let's call it 2:30, 2:35. I was sitting in a house board. Actually, this Triumph is done. These two are waiting on speedometer and seat. This one is waiting on a new chain because the chain they sent me was wrong. So I got a new chain coming. And my little trumpet is running and my Norton is not. I had the battery, I could actually work on that, but I'm not going to. Anyway, this guy's up on the lift. You may have seen the last video. I took the fork lock assembly out, dropped the headlight down, took the fork lock out of this area right in here, and have ordered a new fork lock assembly. So that's just sort of waiting. And frankly, usually when I have a bike in the shop that's waiting on parts, I leave it alone because I don't like to put bikes up and down, up and down, up and down on the lift. And I also don't like to tie up the lift for 3, 4, 5 days waiting for a part when I have another bike I could be working on. So this is unusual. The bike is waiting on a part, but I'm going to work on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rear wheel off. It's flat tire. And I don't see any reason why, but it won't hold air. And when you put air into it, you can actually hear it hissing out. So I'm going to take this wheel off, and I'll take it up to Moto Tire tomorrow and have them break it down and find out what's wrong. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this wheel off. All right, this is a little weird. As soon as I release this axle nut, the swing arm just like it relaxed and came out about more than 1/4 of an inch, like there's supposed to be a spacer in here. I'm going to recreate this. I'm going to put this on the tripod and let you see it come out when I loosen it, and then we'll worry about spacers and whatever else might be needed in there to clear up the confusion in my mind. All right, so watch what happens to this area right here, in this area, when I loosen this nut. I mean, that's quite a gap. This swing arm was pulled in. I'd say that's about between a 1/4 and a 1/2 inch. So I don't like that. So I'm going to go do some research on in parts books and find out if there's a spacer that should be in here. So anyway, I wanted to show you that. I'm going to show you one of the coolest special tools I've ever made. Now basically, let me get in front here and see if I can get, yeah, all right. It's a tube with a notch on the end of it and an old socket welded onto the end of it by my good buddy. And what we do is we put it on here, like so. And then we sneak up on it. And that saves us about 20 minutes of turning this thing 1/4 of a turn at a time. And it goes back on the same way. I'll show you when I put it back on. Okay, the wheel is off. Oh, there's Susu. Hello, Susu. Hi, pretty girl. Okay, so the wheel's off. You know, there's nothing easy about it, and it took until 3:05, so that's about 25 minutes to get that off. Imagine doing it on the side of the road, 11 o'clock at night, driving rainstorm, flat tire, trucks going by 6 inches from your shoulder, and you're trying to take the wheel off. Golly days, just something you really don't want to do. All right, so the rear wheel is off, and while I have it off, I'm going to check the DOT date, the manufacturer date, and it's right here. The DOT, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this better. There we go. And there it is, that's DOT right there. And here's the date code. The date code on this tire is 0514. That's the 5th week of 2014. So this is a 10-year-old tire. Now, frankly, it's in great shape. And there goes that Harley Davidson across the street. So, I mean, it's in great shape, but it is 10 years old. 10 years of getting hard, shall we say. The rubber tends to get hard. The front tire, let's see if I can find it. I found it. Oh, here it is, down here. I'm going to try to zoom in on this. And the front tire is 4713. So that's the 47th week in 2013. So both of these tires are 10 years old. Both of them are in great shape. Both of them look good, feel good, fondle good. I don't see any checking. I don't see any cracking, but they're 10 years plus. So this is too nice a bike to run around on 10-year-old tires. And he rides it too. I mean, the client rides this bike. So I'm going to make an executive safety decision here. And I'm going to say, I'm going to order, I mean, there's just no cracking or anything. On the other hand, this is a flat tire for reasons unknown. So I'm going to order 2 tires. And these, what are these? Road Rider. All right. Avon Road Riders. They're a very nice tire. So I'm going to order 2 new tires and then replace them both. So that's just an executive decision. And there he goes. Every time I fire up this camera, he comes or goes. All right, it's 3:30 and we are getting into might as well territory here. As long as we have the rear wheel off, we might as well check the chain, see how it's worn, if it's worn. And you know my criteria. You lay it flat, lay it up against a straight line, in this case a crease in the floor, and then you zoom in. And from a new chain is usually about 6 inches, a used chain is about 8 inches, a worn chain starts around 10 inches, and anything over 10 inches, I absolutely positively replace. Now this guy's just a little bit past 8 inches, and I got no problem with that at all. It's nicely lubricated, it's a good strong chain, and I'm going to leave it. I'll get another couple of years out of that easy. So that's done. Chain is good. Over here at the wheel, while I had it here, I took the grease retainer out, checked the bearings. These are sealed bearings, and I happen to know that I installed them several years ago, and they still feel good, so I'm good there. Check the brakes. Now, this is interesting. When I did this bike, I took the shoes out of it, sent them to a place in Las Vegas, I think it's P&J Brake Service, and they put this new, they took off the old lining and bonded on this new lining, and I remember telling them, I'm not interested in longevity. I mean, I'm not interested in brakes that'll go 50,000 miles. I just don't care about that. But what I do care about is stopping power, because rear wheels are notoriously less stopping power than the front wheels. So they said no problem. They sent it back with this, which you can see it has metal in it. You can see it shining. I think I can see it shining. Can you see it shining every now and then? And it is really neat stuff. And it gives you incredible stopping power. So I've had them do several other bikes since then. So anyway, the bearings are good, the brakes are good, the chain is good, and we're going to put 2 new tires on this bike. And I'm going to go inside and order them right now and call it a day, because what the heck, I'm bored. All right.